Anybody who regularly watches this channel will know how loyal I am to the idea of Prince Harry. And I would like Harry to return to the UK in some form, albeit going backwards and forwards to Montecito. And I would like to see the Duchess of Sussex and the children at least on a on some sort of system, being in and out of the country as well. And that would be my ideal, and I haven't changed on that. And I think Prince Harry has been fighting hard for his dignity against a really difficult system, and that system isn't just a problem with his brother or falling out with his father, the writing of a book. It's about the Home Office and the machinery of the royal household, and it clearly has it in for Prince Harry, and it's foolish, it's wrong. On the third anniversary yesterday of Queen Elizabeth's death, Prince Harry flew into London. He drove straight to Windsor. He laid a wreath at St George's Chapel, a private act, public meaning. He then crossed the town to the Well Child Awards, the charity he's championed since 2007, where his best instincts tend to show, and the optics were neat and telling. Two brothers within a short drive of each other, two tributes to the same grandmother, two separate itineraries, no meeting. Harry's stop in the King George VI Memorial Chapel matters for three reasons. First, constancy. He marked the anniversary before doing anything else, signalling that his bond with the late Queen sits above the noise of litigation, security rows and memoirs. Second, the place, St George's Chapel, is where he married Meghan. Third, the timing. He chose a day when the rest of the family were also remembering, which lets the act read as solidarity, even in estrangement. While Harry was at Windsor in private, William and Catherine turned up in Sunningdale to visit the Women's Institute, an institution the Queen loved. And their presence offered the complementary image, the public face of continuity, cake and conversation, local memory, light anecdote. It was also Kate's third engagement in 5 days, which quietly underscores her return to a fuller rhythm of work. At the Royal Lancaster Hotel, Harry did what he usually does well: empathise without condescension, joke without self-pity, and keep the attention on children and carers who live with complex medical needs. His line to the room was pitch perfect, the winners of the story. And the subtext was simple and human. A man who has moved countries, roles and reputations still recognises the one platform that never fails him. With award winner Declan Bitmead, Harry asked the ancient question, "Does your brother drive you mad?" And when told the brothers share a school, he quipped, "That sometimes makes it more challenging." It was a light touch that inevitably echoed Eton memories and well-documented froideur. The line did two jobs at once. It acknowledged reality without theatrical angst. It also made space for ordinary families to recognise their own tensions without headlines. The unanswered question is the same one every time it flies in. Will there be a meeting with William or the King? And briefings suggest William is fully booked for the window of Harry's visit. Courtiers are silent about any father-son encounter, though some coverage hints that there is at least an opening on the King's side. The palace is quiet, content to let diary managements do the talking. In monarchical politics, distance is a message, and so is silence. The British public is not obsessed with reconciliation for its own sake. What draws attention is the way this family dramatises themes that are widely shared: how to honour the dead when the living are at odds, how to keep faith with a role that you no longer occupy, how to raise children with one foot in tradition and one in a new country. Harry's Windsor gesture answers the first, his steady work with Well Child answers the second, and the third remains an open chapter. And he knows it. Well Child's long record gives Harry a credible bridge back to British public life. He can show up, do the work, and the work itself supplies legitimacy. It's not court circular legitimacy, it's social legitimacy earned through consistency and attention to others. It's also a zone where press incentives align with his own. Media outlets like a good news frame, and heart-warming clips. Families appreciate a patron who kneels to speak eye level and doesn't rush, and that is why this engagement lands. Note the choreography. People magazine and others focused on the graveside moment and the sibling quip. The Times emphasised the 7-mile gap and the lack of a meeting. Hello fixed on Catherine's surprise appearance and the soft focus human touches. Each angle is true. Together they produce a composite image that Buckingham Palace and Montecito alike can live with. Tributes paid, duties done, no fresh conflict seeded. For now, the brothers appear to be managing the rift rather than resolving it. And William's message is duty first, diary full. Harry's message is service first, drama down. And that convergence is not reconciliation, it is coexistence. Yet coexistence often precedes repair. The crown is secure, the Sussex brand is stable, the public space between them can be walked without incident. In a royal year that has had more serious themes, that will do. Whether the king fits in a short meeting, even half an hour matters because it resets tone and gives both sides something constructive to leak. Whether Harry's Nottingham appearance and other charity stops keep the temperature low, if they do, he will have completed the most effective visit possible under present constraints. Where the Catherine stepped-up schedule continues, that would further nudge attention back to bread-and-butter engagements rather than family psychodrama. In Shakespeare's histories, reconciliation is rarely achieved by speeches, it is achieved by rites repeated. Lay a wreath, visit the WI, sit with the sick, shake hands, smile. The British Constitution is partly written, partly performed, and yesterday it was performed in 2 registers within the same county. If the audience left with fewer questions than they had last week, that counts as progress. And this is the story of Harry's day, a private act of remembrance, a public act of service, a line about siblings that let everyone breathe and giggle, not a truce, not a rupture, something quieter that real families know well.